Hello, everybody. I hope you can see me. This is my first live video, and I bought some equipment today so I don't go live. And let's see how does it work all together. I'm also using an old laptop that seems to be working somehow, but you can always leave a comment into the chat section, and you can tell me if there is anything wrong. Oh, Snobby Scrap Picker is already in. Hello, Snobby. Great to see you here. And yeah, that microphone is not working. I'm using this web camera microphone right now because I use that old laptop, and there is something wrong with that. So yeah, romantic. Glad to see you here. Welcome. And yeah, let's get to business. I have here an HP laptop. It's a Pavilion TV7. I'm quite bad actually scrapping laptops because I don't really find all those hidden screws, but I have no hurry, and yeah, let's crack those things open, and let's see what do we have. And as we know, where we are scrapping those laptops, we do have a lot of screws everywhere. So because this is a live show, you cannot speed up anything. Everything is right there in a real time, and I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. Yes. Alright, this is plastic. Looks like we have some parts missing here. I believe it's a hard drive or something. I don't know. Some steel pieces. Yes. What else do we have? Dusty, hello. Tigger Evans, hello everybody. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, I'm trying to get those screws all out as much as I can. Yeah, everywhere, just everywhere. Okay, can you guys tell me how is my audio? Do you hear me nice and clearly? Bunch of screws. Wow. I hope I have almost half of that screws taken out, so we can hopefully peek inside. Sometimes it takes maybe 10 minutes, sometimes it takes hours, just because you don't find all those screws. Okay. this safety. Yeah. See. Okay, I think I have to no clue. Let's do that. Yes. I have to use some tools to get that open somehow. Do something underneath those. No, I don't. Use here. Not unscrewed. Yes, romantic. Set your table and thank you for being here. I know that was a little bit unexpected. The reason why I wanted to go live today because in the morning when KNT Scrapper was online and I was at the chat section. He asked me quite many times that, hey Estonian, please join us on the board, but I couldn't do that because I didn't have any equipment. So yeah, I can go with my phone, but this front camera is like a potato, and I don't like go on board when I have a poor quality or something like that. So I decided to bought some equipment and now I'm trying how this all works. Hopefully it's good. And let's see. Yeah, I will never get that done. We have some screws over this side. No. Oh, it's popping up. Okay. Here it goes. Yeah. These are not only child-proof, but they are also scrapper-proof. Oh, more screws, I guess. Hopefully it comes apart now. Maybe not. Oh, if you hear my washing machine, so sorry about that. Scrapping Irish. Hello, sir. Thank you for stepping in. Yeah, we get that part. Alright, let's see what do we have here. So we have some scrap steel hiding some ribbon wire touchpad, or how is it called? Some plastic. Wow, that looks quite nice. We have a board like this. It's a little bit foggy. I cannot run HD right now, but I believe quite soon. I can see some gold plated or gold flashing things. I believe that's a gold flashing because it doesn't look so thick over here. But yes, I'm gonna keep that. What do we have here? What is that thing? Okay, a ribbon wire, a little board again, and yeah, this is a piece of plastic over here. Put this aside. Keyboard. Some ribbon wire again, and we have that. I believe it's aluminum. Yes, it is. Maybe I can. I'm gonna do it later, I believe. And what do we have here? Okay, so remove those screws. And let's see what we have. What is that? Oh. Now we have what? We have aluminum. Oh. Now, motherboard. I see some small but nice IC chips on it. I believe I'm gonna depopulate that board for gold recovery. Okay, let's see what kind of CPU it does have. Just gonna remove the heatsink. So from here. And Snowbee, I watched your video what you posted up a little bit time ago. I was really interested about that scale you have there. I've been looking forward to buy kind of like that scale from myself. Right now I'm using this cheap kitchen scale. It goes up to 5.2 kilos, I guess. But while I'm weighing my big copper boxes and stuff like that, that little scale, don't scale up so much. So I have to look that kind of scale what you have. Alright, this is what the motherboard looks like. It's really foggy. Okay. And we have what else we have? CD ROM box over here. See how those things come off. Okay. Now my washing machine is doing a loud noise. I'm sorry about that. It's quite many years old and I'm just too lazy to buy a new one, but it still works. Water stays in somehow. Oh, now it's making even louder noise. Thank you, washing machine. Thank you. Okay. Pop this out. Which way does it come? Like this. Yeah. CD, DVD box. Okay. And we have a small box over here. Board, sorry. These are just the USB connectors. A little board. And I believe we don't have anything behind the screen, so I can put this guy now aside. If anyone wants to come in, I will give a link. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this StreamYard panel over here. I believe this is how I can get that thing over here. I put it here. So feel free to join. I think I will see a small window popping next to mine, so I can add you to my screen. So I'm gonna move to the next laptop I have over here. And this is also HP. It's a G62 model. Let's take this guy apart. Okay. What do we have here? Alright, hard drive is removed. We have this plastic piece. Alright. It looks like a little bit simple one than that previous laptop. Okay, we have some few RAM sticks. Two gigabytes. Open. Yes, two gigabyte RAM sticks. Alright. Maybe I can sell them, maybe not. Maybe just I'm gonna cut those gold fingers and to populate those IC chips. Don't know yet, but we'll see. Now let's take some screws out of that. Quite many of them everywhere. Oh yeah, where did I put that? IC chip was like this. It has those gold legs. I don't know, can you see? Yeah. Okay. Let's continue with that. Get those screws out of here. Okay. Here's one, and we should be. I'm gonna remove the battery, and I believe we can now pop this guy open somehow. Not this way. Maybe I can put my screwdriver somewhere. Oh, it's coming. Well. It's holding it. Oh yeah. I am stupid. Quite few screws we have here to take out. And now remove that. Kind of. Come on. There is, oh. Sorry, more screws. Okay. I believe my washing machine is done. It's quite quiet behind that wall. Holding here. Nothing that I can see. This is the one reason why I don't like scrapping laptops, because doing that is really messy. Then you just have to use some brute force. Okay, let's take this touchpad out from here, and yeah, it looks quite the same as the previous one, not much differences. Okay. Do you want to come out? Alright, we have also here some gold edging and some gold flashings over here. Okay, we have some scrap steel over here, but I'm gonna leave it for later. Yeah. Keyboard. Loudspeakers, they are really loud. Some plastic. And some aluminum. Okay, what else we have? A small little board. It's a on-off switch mounted on here. Come on, get out. Yeah, nothing really nice on here. Okay, and we have that piece of aluminum. Well, motherboard. Okay, let's take you out. Screws, where are you? Here also. So how is it in the check? Okay. Okay, if anyone wants to join, I think it's how it needs to be done. If anyone wants to pop out, so feel free to come. Have a talk with me. Something is holding. This one. What are you doing here? Right. slowly coming. Have to cut those wires. And yep, here we are. Let's see what kind of CPU does we have here. Yes, romantic. Come, please. Okay, we have that heatsink now came off. We have some little bit copper and aluminum and steel. Okay, and that tiny CPU. It's pretty much looks the same. Okay. Hello, Snubby. Hello, my friend.
Estonian, hello.
Great to see you. Thank you for
you
popping
too.
up. Well, this is. Yeah, go on.
I've got to get my microphone sorted out.
Okay.
I'm in such a rush to get up here.
Yes, I'm gonna turn down a little bit my volume over here.
You hear me all right?
Thanks a lot. Now should be okay. All right. Yeah, I was looking at that video and I was really interested about that scale. I've been seeing those scales in a scrapyard, but I've never asked how much they do cost. You have any idea how much?
Yeah, I believe they were around about the £35 mark.
Oh, that's quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, how good they are, right? I mean, how well calibrated they are, I don't know. You know, unless you've got a few sets of scales and you put them on that scales, then that another set of scales, just to see whether they're any good or not. It's just a guide. It's a little guide.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, if I'm weighing little stuff, then I have this cheap made in coronavirus land this milligram scale, and yeah, it works kind of. But
Yeah.
when I'm doing those charity scrapings and copper strippings, that little kitchen scale is just not enough. It's too it's a too small, and I have to weigh small patches all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to get one of these for myself.
I mean, what is interesting, Estonian Scrapper, is how I've actually put some brackets up, which I've made from scrap, and I'm able to pick them up and slide them up, and they're out of the way. And then when I need them, I just slide them out and put them on the bench.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe I'll have to maybe just show that in another video or something, especially for you.
All right, that would be nice. Then I would know what I'm gonna buy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean there are different variations of them scales available. You know, it's just ones that I see and got them. So, Scrapman Irish, just watching your video now, Slowly Scrap Picker. I appreciate that, Scrapman Irish. It's what we all do, isn't it? We all try to help each other out and support each other as best way we can, even if we don't leave a comment. Which don't talk about all that. That just goes on and on and on.
Yes, I do have 4 views right now, but it's okay. I don't have many subscribers. I have around 70, I guess. But yeah, I'm happy if some people are popping up here. And I'm really pleased to do my first ever live chat with you, Snavi. Thank you for that.
No problem. Listen, I was there just like you were, and everybody else was just the same. You start with that one subscriber, and you slowly grow. One step on the ladder, then another, and that's how we evolve.
Yes, well, I'm not hurry nowhere, but yeah, my channel is growing slowly but steady.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. Obviously, scrap metal, and all that type of stuff is not that popular, really, on YouTube. You know, if you do dumpster diving and stuff like that, that's more popular. You know, if some of your videos, like you've done a bit of dumpster diving, it's actually scrapping. I don't think it's that great. There are a few scrapping channels out there that have done extremely well regarding the e-waste and stuff like that, you know, but they've been doing it a long time.
Yes, one of the most popular ones are the Scrap and Pallet Man and was it the e-waste pen and Moose Scrapper also. But they have been doing this for a long time. And Scrap and Pallet Man was a 3 years or 4 years or something like that, and it got over 100,000 subscribers already.
Yeah.
And yes, he's doing quite many of those dumpster divings. But I'm an Estonian guy who lives in Finland. We cannot dive into dumpsters because we have those regulations and the laws here. What's in a dumpster that belongs to that trash company that picks that trash out.
Same here in the UK, pretty much. Same here. You get caught, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's a little bit easier in Estonia because you can pick some curb side stuff or something like that, but it's really restricted in Finland. That's why doing scrapping videos is really hard, even to get those materials.
Oh yes. It's actually in the UK. It's actually against the law. If somebody leaves something outside at the end of their driveway or at the end of their gate, and you go and pick that item up, it's actually illegal. It's against the law in the UK to actually do that. You're not allowed to take anything that's at its end of life. That's how they class it. Whether that be a Hoover, a microwave, whatever it is, you're not allowed to take it. They don't want you to take it. They want you to take it to the local council, the local recycling centre, so that they get the money for it. Because someone somewhere is making huge profits from these people that have stuff like they might have had a Hoover for 10 years. It no longer works. They put it out for the scrap man. But in the UK, you've got to buy a scrap licence, which can be about £450 per year per borough. Yeah, that's not just for the whole of it in the UK. That is like there's many different areas in the UK, like obviously in Finland, and you have to buy a license for every single one of them areas. And you know, it costs a fortune. You'd never ever make any money.
Yes, you will not make any money. I'm even being lucky to get those copper wires because my mother is a construction site cleaner, and she will put those cables into black plastic bags, and then she will bring them to me. And then, yeah, if electricians or guys like that are, leaving those cable pieces on the floor, my mother collects them all and she brings it to me. And when I see that, I have about maybe 30 or 40 kilos of those cables, then boom, I'm gonna do charity scrapping, and that's how that copper goes. But particularly those things, I have watched those or keeping my eye on Facebook marketplaces and other sites where people are giving away those free. So I have to call them or text message them and arrange a meeting to pick them up. My time goes for there. Also diesel. And sometimes there are a bunch of things, and they are asking about maybe 5 euros to 10 euros, or it doesn't really matter. But I can do some scrapping for my videos. Otherwise, I don't. Otherwise, I just don't have anything to scrap, and that's really hard here in Finland.
Oh yes, oh yes.
This is how it's in this land.
I would just like to say that if you're going to sort of make doing regular live streams, you may need some moderators. You might need some moderators in your chat, people that you can trust, people that you know that you're aware of. So in case you get any somebody saying any obscenities in the chat, the moderators can actually block them and remove it if they said something horrible or towards yourself or anybody else. It's quite simple to do, really, and it just turns them blue.
Yes, I have seen that. I'm in yours, and was it the Rafa Scrapper where I'm somehow the moderator, but I don't know how I can do that here.
Right, if you've got the YouTube running, either on your phone, right? If you on your phone, if you've got your phone running, which I'm sure that if you press the actual icon of the channel, it will then give you an option. You'll have maybe 5 or 6 options come up in a white box, and it'll either say add moderator.
I have to check about that. Well, yeah, I believe it takes too much time for me to check this out.
See, I've got you running not only on the PC. I've also got you running on the phone as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Dusty's got you running on her phone as well, which all adds up towards your watch time and views and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really find that place, but yeah, we can get to that at some point.
Right, have you got your phone there? You got your phone? Is that your phone?
Yes, that is my phone.
Right, okay. So I'm sure that if you press the icon picture, see the little picture?
Yes.
If you press that, what comes up then? No, go back.
It's like a front panel or something.
Yeah, go back to your actual live chat.
Okay. Back here.
Right, where's your live chat? See, I've got that.
I need the chat.
See, I've got
where
mine.
is it?
Check mine. See,
Yes, I can see that. Where was that? For some reason, I can't find it.
Right. Okay. So at the top, I believe you've probably got something like this at the moment, with no live chat up.
No, I cannot find it. I cannot find any live chat. For some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah, it will take a little time to get used to the actual running of everything. I know it's a lot to take on at first.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have to check it at some point. I have another YouTube channel where is my name. I can do some tests there. So I will figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
How it's gonna be done. All right. Yeah, but this is quite fun being live. I actually thought that no one's coming up. Maybe one or two people. But yeah, I have quite 6 viewers. Yes, right now. This was, a little bit unexpected, but it's just for testing my equipment, and if anything is all right, then it will be good. Is Dusty coming up today?
This morning, me and Dusty was out of the house at around about 5:45 this morning, and my son was doing a boot sale, like flea market thing, and so we've been over there this morning helping him out, and we got back around about midday, and obviously we was up and we was a little bit tired, so we had a little sleep, and Dusty's not long just jumped in the shower because she goes live tonight, right? So we needed a little sleep, little refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, and Digger Evans there, I see that. He says YouTube has been monkeying around with the sub count on a lot of channels, which is absolutely right. And he says also 4,000 hours in a single year is a massive task. And yes, you're absolutely right, Digger Evans. If you've got a channel with content which hundreds of people like, and they watch the video from start to finish, you'll build up the hours very quickly. The more content you put out, the more hours you're getting. But YouTube's changed a little bit over the last 6 months.
But that you have to yearly get those 4,000 hours together. But if you don't get, do you lose some monetizing?
Right. As far as I know, and as far as I'm aware, yes, you do need to maintain the 4,000 watch hours yearly, right? But what will happen is once you've achieved that 4,000 watch hours within the year, all the videos that you keep uploading and your live streams as well, they go on a total. It just keeps adding up and adding up and adding up, so to lose it, it's very difficult. If you don't put content out, you will lose it. It'll drop down and, but you won't lose it. I don't think you'll lose it. It's all, the rules pretty much changed when that man went a little bit silly in New Zealand, right? Going live off his phone. That's when things changed, and YouTube had to go like, whoa, we can't have incidents like that happening on our platform. So that's when they made it much more difficult for you to go live off the phone straight away. crazy, but that's
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, and quite many people say that if you want to make some money on YouTube, so you have to have a lot of viewers and watch times and stuff like that. And nowadays it's quite hard to make anything. If you get some super chats, yes, of course you can make something, but getting stuff from ads or from stuff like that, it's really hard.
see. Some time ago, it was very easy to actually just subscribe to someone else's channel. You was literally able to just press the icon of the picture and subscribe. Now you've got to come out, you've got to write in the channel, and they've made it so much harder now. So much harder.
Yes, it is, and for me, this channel is just for extension of my hobby right here.
Yep.
I do like doing those scrapping things and that because when I started to watch scrapping videos, I always type to the where is the search window there at how to do that, what's inside, how much value I can get out of that particular thing, and I did that quite many years, and I also right now sometimes I will watch some particular PCs or laptops or amplifiers or cassette players, and want to see what's inside it. If I run across one of those things, then I know is it really worth to scrap those things out or not. And that's really good to know. And if someone puts content up to YouTube, it's really good. And as I really liked your video where you scrapped those microwave magnetrons. You remember?
Yeah.
I was a little bit afraid about those things because so many people say that these are so dangerous and they contain hazardous materials and stuff like that. But you just chop them like butter and bread and some sausages. Oh, that goes for there, that goes for there, and it's so easy and blah blah blah, everything like that. And I watched that video. Wow, was it really that simple? And yes, it is. It is so simple.
Yeah. They're what can I add to that? There's not a great value in a microwave. There's no great value there. I mean, the transformers many years ago, they used to have copper in them, and it was like a nice bit of copper in the transformer, which they've now replaced with aluminium, which is, it's absolutely stupid, but that's what they're doing. So to get that bit of copper from the magnetron itself makes it just that little bit more worth breaking down a microwave.
Now, when I see some microwaves, I can, almost tell it what those transformers contain. Does it contain aluminum and aluminum coils, or one copper, one aluminum, or copper and copper? If you want to find copper and copper inside, you have to look back about maybe 25, 30 years when those microwaves were produced. But like now, even at 10 or 15 years old, microwaves already contain at least one aluminium that spool or whatever that is, and it really decreases the amount of money what you will get out, because only those two copper coils or things in there are more worth than the whole microwave itself.
Yeah.
Ali Mechanical, hello.
Ali Mac, good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend. And yes, but the microwave is quite easy thing to scrap, and it's quite easy for new scrappers, for young scrappers, and it's just few screws, and you will take the transformer out and some electrical wiring, and if you are into silver hunting, you can break down those silver contacts, also those switches that contains them, and it's fun to do, but not really profitable.
No, I mean we on average we could probably find up to anything up to say 30 microwaves a year.
Okay.
Give or take a few. You know, summertime you don't find many microwaves at all. People are eating like foods that don't need reheating or salads and stuff like that. But come the winter time, when people want to reheat a meal up, that's when they break down and they leave them out.
Hello, Braveheart Scrapper. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I got only maybe, I don't know, around 5 microwaves per year. If I want to scrap them, basically I have to buy them. Some people just get them, just like that. But yeah.
Well, you got to put yourself in the area where I am from, right? The actual housing, I'm going to say it's a housing estate, which was one of the largest. Well, it was the largest housing estate in the whole of Europe, right? Up until I believe a few years ago, when Germany then built a housing estate which was only just slightly bigger than the one I'm in, but now our one is growing even more. So the population and people where I am is huge. There's hundreds of thousands of properties in this borough.
All right. Yeah. You live in a quite big city, right?
Well, I live literally probably about 12 miles from the centre of London, right?
Okay.
London now is surrounded by a ring road called the motorway, which is the M25, and we are within that area. But it's just so many houses, so many. It's unbelievable. But that doesn't mean to say they all chuck stuff out, because they don't. I've noticed a massive difference since. How can I put this without it sounding horrible in any way, shape, or form? Over the last maybe 10 to 15 years, obviously we've had many Eastern Europeans come to the UK for good reasons, to make a better life for themselves, which I understand. It's cool. But we've also had, what did we say, like the redneck type of people as well, like maybe Romanian gypsies that have come to the UK, that haven't really brought nothing to the UK, only to come to our benefit system and then go around and take all the scrap.
Wow.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And many of them.
All right. But I wanted to ask that you are doing also those curbside pickings, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. And of course, I've been watching your videos. People are just, living at the curb. So are you officially allowed to take their stuff, or you have to ask them, or is it somehow against the law? Or
yes, it's against the law. You are not allowed to take anything that's reached its end of life. That's what they class it as, whether that be electrical, mechanical, whatever it is. It's against the law to actually take it, right? But unfortunately, right, you've got to be caught doing it, for one, right? And it's a very, very grey area because when it's regarded as scrap metal, does a plastic lawnmower get classed as scrap metal? Does a Hoover vacuum get classed as scrap metal? Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very grey. You know, a microwave you would see as scrap metal because it's made probably 90% more with metal. But a Hoover being plastic. But so this is where they put in words end of life.
Yeah.
So anything that's now broken after many years of usage is classed as end of life. So you're still not meant to pick it up. But people will always put stuff out. Always. Only thing is, which what I've noticed is now if someone sticks a Hoover out, vacuum, people are actually just going up and cutting the cord off, cutting the lead off, and leaving the Hoover there behind. So the resident has still got to get rid of that Hoover. Where I don't do that, I'll take the whole object, I'll take the whole thing. Because that person's left it out for somebody like me to take away for whatever reason it is, whether to repair it, restore it, whatever, you know. And if someone's just cut the main part of it off and left the rest, that's not right. For me, that's not right. But each to their own. Because sometimes it's actually better just to cut the cord off the lead and go. Because that's where most of the value is.
Yeah, that's how it is. Sadly, I believe last year we have here in Finland, in the Lahti city where I live, electronics shop called Gigantti, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it in this live show, but I don't care. I drove with my car at late night when it was rainy or snowy, doesn't matter. I drove to the backyard, I lifted some stuff in my car, and I flew as fast as I can back to home. Luckily, nobody did not see me. There are still cameras, but they were so far away. And it's called stealing. You are stealing something from another property.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that. But I'm a scrapper. I wanna scrap something. I wanna make a video about that. But how I'm gonna do that if I don't get any scrap? If you know, it's hard, and that's why now I have to sometimes buy some stuff to make a video out of it.
Yeah, I mean networking. I'm sure you know the word and the meaning of networking, what that actually means and stands for. Networking,
Yes.
networking is talking to many people, as many as you can, and spreading the word out that I'm a Estonian scrapper. I take things apart. If you have anything, whether it be a lead with a plug on it, whatever it is, sort it out, give it to me. I will deal with it in the correct way.
Yeah, I have been talking about those doings, and I have a few places where I can get some stuff. Not quite often, but I can get something.
Yeah.
And there is one little issue also. While I'm scrapping those stuff, those things, I do end up dirty. And I don't know if you can see, I'm just gonna moving my camera a little bit. You can see that black plastic bag. There is, it's almost full of those cable insulation stuff. And I cannot just throw them into my dumpster because that's not allowed. I have to drive again about 10 kilometers to a dump yard, and I have to pay about 11 euros for that to get rid of all my waste. It doesn't matter if it's a e-waste related stuff or some bad plastics or things like that. We can put only certain things in our dumpsters, but not everything. If we have too much stuff to take to the dump yard or whatever that is, you have to pay even more. And if I have over 240 liters of whatever trash it is, I have to pay about, was it 24 euros, I guess, and that's quite a lot of money. And scrap steel. That's why I don't like to take scrap steel in, because imagine. This is just a regular tuner, and it has that steel bottom and steel cover on it. I have to have those thousands if I want to get only 10 euro, because 1 metric ton, one metric ton of regular thread steel is 37 euros. And basically at some point I was throwing those steel pieces just to the dumpster, and I just left them there, because there is I can't get back even the gas money.
Mm-hmm.
And I do live in an apartment, so I have to store everything in my living room.
Yeah, I understand.
And this is what makes those scrappings a little bit hard to me.
Yeah, I understand. Sure do. I sure do. And this is why I believe sometimes with what's going on in the whole world of scrap right now, I mean, some time ago, I think last year, China was taking 50%, that's half of the world's scrap, right? That's a huge amount of scrap metal from all over the world. 50% of it was going to China, to the point where they were filled up. They couldn't take any more, China. And they went, whoa, we're not taking any more from the USA, right? We're not taking any more from Germany. We're not taking no more from the UK. We've got enough. So that is when the prices went plummeted.
Yep.
Right?
That's how it is.
Until that turns around, yeah, and China then start to want more stuff, because it seems to me, right, that what they've done is China have been putting out all these white products, your washing machines. They've been making so much stuff, flooding the whole of the world with crap. And I mean crap, like motors that have got aluminium windings in. Now, I know aluminium is quite a good conductor, but it doesn't have the same conductivity as copper. So the item or the product will not last long. So we've been moved more into a throwaway society. You buy it, lasts maybe a year, and you throw it away. You buy another one because it's so cheap. But I would rather pay that little extra for something that's going to last maybe 3, 4, 5 years, or maybe longer. But no, they don't want that.
Yes, it is. I have seen. Was it in India or where that was? Where also a lot of scrap, especially e-waste, are dropped off, and there are also, small children running barefoot on those coastlines and on those shores, and they are burning those cables and those boards and all those e-waste and stuff like that. I just was a little bit curious, and I opened my Google Maps. I zoomed to that location, and it was so dark. It was so dark. You can see that those tiny smoke jets are going up from there towards the city, and I'm not even imagining how difficult it is, to live in that region, and there are, just children running barefoot and burning copper that is coming from, wealthy countries like UK, like Finland, like United States, Germany, wherever all those things come, because they say that recycling e-waste is expensive, and it's much cheaper to send it to China or to India or regions like
Africa.
that.
Africa. That is exactly correct. That is correct, because say somebody in the UK opens up a recycling centre for e-waste. It's cheaper for him to stick it in a container and send it to Africa, than it is to actually refine it in the UK. It's quick money. Send it off, let them deal with it. Like you say, burning little bits of copper wire to get their food for the day. What the hell?
Yeah, and they will get about $2 per day. And there is a documentary about that, and they're burning those coppers and stuff, and they get only $2. And if you're gonna ask more, they're just gonna say bye bye. We're gonna take in the next child or somebody who is doing that work for only $2 per day, and you can't even buy some shoes or some footwear to make your doings and those things a little bit safer. No, you can't do that. You live under the roof shit, and that's it. And you eat some, I don't know, few chicken eggs, what you can get from $2, and that's your everyday life.
Well, I have been very, very, I'll say very, very fortunate to actually go to what I would class a very, very well-known part of Africa, that being Kenya, right? Where they have all the big safaris and they have all the big people there with lots and lots of money, that actually are hunters and stuff like that. So it's a very well-known, very wealthy area, Kenya, Mombasa in Africa. Now, from the airport to the accommodation, you have never ever seen poverty like it in your life, right? And I mean, we were warned, and you may see things that may upset you. And yes, there was many things that upset us, because the actual coach journey from the airport to the accommodation, you've never seen poverty like it. I'm talking, it'll make you cry. You're talking about people that would chop your hand off to steal your watch.
Yes, it is.
Because they have nothing. Nothing. They've got nothing. They haven't even got shoes on their feet. And when you see somebody that's made a shoe from the tire of a lorry, where they've cut out the shoe shape and they've made it into a flip-flop, and it still has a little bit of tread on the bottom from obviously the tire, that's when you know you've seen something that you'll never see again. They've got nothing.
Yeah, and sometimes I do complain about my life, but watching those documentaries, and you are watching how those people live, I'm a freaking billionaire. I'm a freaking billionaire. What do I have to complain? I have everything. The most important thing, I just opened the valve and there is pure drinkable water running. They have only dreams about that.
Yeah, and a well.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're starving these people because their government don't care about these people, and that's absolutely right. It's the government is very corrupt, and they don't care.
Yes, they don't care. Hey, we have Raphael Scrapper in the house. Hello, Raphael Scrapper.
Hello, Raphael.
Hello, sir. Great to see you here. Thanks for joining us in. Yes. This is the really sad story because I think every country should manage their own waste, no matter what does it take, because those poverty countries like India, some regions of China and Africa, it's our waste. It's not their problem, and we cannot just dump our crap into their yard. It's not just how things needs to be done. If I produce any waste, I'm a loyal guy and I will take my waste to a specific bin or to a yard where they're gonna be recycled. At least I hope so. But I'm not gonna throw my stuff to a, I don't know, neighbor's yard or wherever else, because that's not normal.
No, definitely not. I mean, I'm sure that I heard once regarding e-waste, and I'm sure there was something like 300 million tons of e-waste that used to go to Africa every year.
That's quite many container ships.
Absolutely. And you're talking places like the US, Australia, very big places. All their e-waste used to go to Africa, and then they're burning all this plastic. I'm talking about where you had the big monitors that were like an old TV, the creamy coloured ones, the glass ones. I mean that was heavy in itself, but it's all gone. Now we've got flat screen monitors, we've got little PCs, we've got little keyboards and everything. Back 10 years, 15 years ago, when it was really old school stuff, 300 million tons of it.
That's a lot. That's a really lot.
Well, and you probably see how they was actually able to burn the insulation of the copper wire. They was actually using the housing from the monitors that was obviously producing a lot of black smoke as well. To actually, a bit of plastic, they used to have a little tiny fire just to burn their little bit of copper wire. And you see the black smoke coming off, just willowing, over the market, the local fruit and veg market, meat market, and
yes, that's really bad.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, I can't even imagine if I would be somehow inside of it, or doing those copper burning stuff, or burning those all those fiber boards and stuff. That's so toxic. I believe it was about maybe 15 years ago when I burned copper wire. There was maybe about 10 kilos, and these are just the regular those MMJ cables with the white insulation, but they produce so much toxins, and I was really sick after that. Everything that I taste, even when I drunk water. It tastes sugary, so sweet, and it lasts about maybe 2 or 3 days. And that was my head was hurting all the time, and taste was gone just like forever. But after about a week, then I got my taste sense back, because just breathing in that few times, it's enough to poison you. It's just enough.
Well, I'm not going to say all scrapyards, but most scrapyards have a category. I say category for burnt copper wire. Excuse me. Now, that's not for the local scrap man to burn his copper wire. That is basically a category for a vehicle that may have caught a light through a road accident or an electrical fire where the car, lorry, bus, whatever, is the copper wire's been burnt, right? You may well have a house fire where all the copper wire's been burnt in the house. So there is a category for that. But for you or I to go and actually burn copper wire, that's completely illegal in the UK.
Yes, and I know here in Finland and Estonia, we don't have any category for burnt copper wire, because scrapyards just don't take them in. And that's it. It's been about at least 8 years or so when that law came. But I'm happy that scrapyards don't take those copper wires in, because I know it's easier to burn those copper wires. You do lose about copper, because copper burns off eventually. But the amount of toxins you're releasing into that atmosphere, what we are breathing, that's just too much.
Oh yes. Yes. Which then can move us on to another subject regarding freon gases from refrigeration units, being released into the atmosphere. I mean, the old refrigeration units do have that gas. The newer style ones have a slightly different gas in them now, which is more ozone friendly, actually breaks down, whereas the freon gas never ever breaks down.
Yep.
Which is a whole new thing over here. I mean, obviously, where I am, the average fridge freezer may last between 8 and 12 years, sometimes a little bit more. So you are regularly seeing a freezer unit, a freezer, a fridge unit, left out for the scrap man to take. Well, the scrap yards in the UK stopped taking refrigeration units many years ago because of the insulation, the CFC foam that insulates the freon gases. They refuse them now. So basically, you, as a resident, have to pay your local council for them to come around and pick it up and dispose of it correctly. But a lot of people don't like to pay the councils to come and pick them up. So then they're left out there for many months, maybe even years at times. And what happens is somebody comes along and cuts the compressor out. So then that releases all the freon gases into the environment with no care in the world, because they're only thinking about the copper that they can get for it. And I'm seeing this very regularly. And our recycling centres are not actually owned. Well, they are owned by the UK, but they're actually lease hired from someone from the Netherlands, I believe. Right, so the Netherlands, some businessman in the Netherlands actually control many of the recycling centres where I am. I'm not saying for the whole of the UK. So basically, anything that goes there belongs to them. They pay for the premises to either lease hire them on a yearly basis. So, for an example, refrigeration units, you may well see 50, 60 there. Excuse my dogs. That will get picked up, put in the container, then shipped out to the Netherlands, where they are dealt with professionally, recycled professionally, where they will extract the freon gas, reuse the freon gas, reuse and recycle every part of that refrigeration unit. Where that should be done in the UK, not sent out to the Netherlands to do it. We should do it in the country.
That's right. Yeah, and our scrapyards doesn't take refrigerators in also, because they are mostly plastic, that toxic foam, those freon gases, all the things that you mentioned. And the second thing is washing machines. Nowadays, they do also contain a lot of plastics, and I believe at some point those washing machines contained cast iron counterweights, but nowadays they are stone bricks, and scrapyards doesn't want to make any deal with stone, and yes, they do take some kind of or some sort of washing machines, like in industrial ones, but not what you have in your house or in your home, because they don't want to deal with those plastics.
No, yeah. See you later, Irish.
See you, Irish. Thank you for stepping in. See you in the next time. Always come back if you have any time. Yeah, and this is the problem what we have, that every country should recycle their own wastes, and have to deal with somehow. Well, but luckily, we are scrappers. We are helping just a little bit, just a tiny amount, to sort all those things out. Those coppers, those metals, e-waste stuff, aluminium, stainless, everything, and we will get paid for that. And we are doing those scrapping things happily, because this is what we do. This is what we like to do. And all those plastics things that we don't need, we are putting those to the plastics container, or if we get any glass goes to glass, and we sort things out. We a little bit, I don't know how it's in English, but we are not letting our waste to the landfills, or to the nature, or to the rivers, or to the lakes, or wherever. We are scrapping, we are sorting, and we are doing the right thing. Scotty Daniel, hello. Thank you for jumping in.
Yeah.
And yes. Let's see if someone wants to jump in.
I'm just going to put my phone on charge, because I've gone down just below 11%. 1 second.
Yep. Oh, you are leaving some waste that wood sometimes, but it's all biodegradable. Yeah, that's why, Rafael, you have so big mushrooms over there. Like they were grown in Chernobyl, right? Yes. All right. Wow,
So
I didn't expect that. I'm running already 1 hour and 30 minutes of my live stream here.
awesome.
That's nice. Okay. Yeah, have to clean it up here at some point. I have few items to scrap, but these are just regular CD and DVD ROMs, and yeah, no hurry with those things.
Yeah.
But how long have you been in those in that scrapping business?
Well, from a very, very young age, when my brother was with us, he's no longer with us anymore. He passed away, coming up for 2 years soon. As a youngster, we never had any money. Okay, like many families, never had any money. And my dad also didn't have no money really, so we used to collect scrap, and we learnt from our father, who learnt from his father, that there was a little value in scrap, whether it be brass, whether it be copper. Obviously, back then there was much more. And if we wanted something when we were children, like and whatever we wanted, if we wanted it, we'd have to go out and either find aluminium cans, yeah, and collect them up into big refuge sacks, and then take them into the scrapyard to have our own bit of money. So obviously, as I grew up, that sort of I didn't do it as much, but if I saw anything, I grabbed it, stole it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I brought it home, right? And that's always been there, always, because right now my children they're independent. They don't need mummy and daddy to support them financially anymore. They support themselves. So it's only me and Dusty really. The children do look after me and Dusty now. And I've got quite a lot down in the shed that I'm not going to scrap in, because I'm going to actually use it for future content in my channel by melting down copper, brass, aluminium, and so on, which I already have done, previously. But it's just for future content, basically now, and a hobby.
Yes. I remember when I lived in Estonia. I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old, I guess. And I saw quite often some CRT TVs, old radios, cassette players, VHS players, and I scrapped all those coppers out, and it was really hard to break down copper transformer using only a single screwdriver and really rusty and tough big pliers. That's all I had. I had no power tools at all. It took me about maybe a few hours to get all those E letters and I letters out of those transformers, and I got about maybe 300 to 400 grams of copper wire. Here in Estonia and Finland, we don't have so much different, copper copper prices. You have number one, you have number two, and number three. Maybe we have only just one and two. bright copper, and then with the covering on and stuff like that, you know. And I get I get that 300 and 400 grams of copper, and I immediately turned that in. I got maybe then we didn't have any euros yet, but we have the crowns, or I don't know how it's pronounced in English, but it's maybe, yeah, I got maybe about 10, let's say 10 crowns, and got a little bit candy, some soda, and that was it. And I really got hooked up for us scrapping, you know, TVs. I even break into the. Hello, Ali.
Hello. I turn my camera off. Christina's cooking dinner in the kitchen now. Look.
All right. Hello, Tina. And I broke into my neighbor's attic. I knew that she had some 3 or 4 CRTVs, and I broke them all down to get those coppers and stuff. Of course, I got caught.
That's the problem, isn't it?
But it was still fun. I got that money, but I had to pay that money right away back.
Yes.
And then I just was, you know, lurking around the streets, and if I found something shiny, then I picked it up, brought back to home, tested with my magnet. I knew that magnet doesn't stick to aluminum or stainless steel and to a copper. If a magnet stick to a metal, I'm not gonna touch that. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna bring it to a scrapyard. And that was how I started, you know, my little scrapping hobby.
Yeah.
That was really nice thing. But I, you know, sometimes ended up, you know, caught, and I had to, you know, tell some people why I did that, because, you know, I was or my family was poor, quite poor too.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any of my own money, and it really felt good if you have just, you know, cents in your hand and you can buy something by yourself.
Yeah.
That's how it was. So, Ali, what you're up to?
Yeah. What was I up to today? Watching the Grand Prix. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I watched the Grand Prix, and before that I was shopping with the wife.
Okay.
Then that guy in the middle there, he put a video out, so I had to watch that.
Great.
Tina says it's a load of rubbish. She's not watching it, Snob.
I won't watch it, Snobby. Don't listen to Ali, Mac.
I was going to say, Ali, she didn't watch my last one either.
Well, what's the point of watching part 2?
She watches them all together, Snob.
Part 2.
Here, I'll watch it for you.
I'll watch it. I will watch it.
I'll watch it on her account. Don't worry.
No, you won't. I'll watch it myself. I will, Snobby. I will.
Yeah, that's all right, Tina.
I haven't watched it.
You see my avatar? You see that Land Rover? Right? Me and my brother ripped the engine out of that, right? We sold the engine. See the wiring loom for that? Tina has the wiring loom for that.
Yeah, cool. Be some
Give her the
nice-
wiring out of that. That Land Rover now, right? We kept the alloy wheels off it. We crushed it with a digger. It's now sitting on top of a trailer, ready to go to scrap. With vehicles, right? Sorry, I was looking at chat. With vehicles, like, I mean, you know what I do, Snobby. I do at vehicles, and if they're not worth doing that, I scrap them. You know,
Yeah.
I just chuck everything inside them, man. So
It's on part one.
she paused it on part one. She's saying,
So there. Well, I have been watching it.
"There you go."
I'll tell you.
She's cooking me dinner anyway. That's more important.
It's not.
Yeah.
Now, you were saying though, Snob, about them shipping stuff off to Holland. They do that over here too, eh? But there's a company primarily, right? There's a company here in Scotland, right? I don't know about further south, but I do know about up here in the Highlands, eh? And they've got really, really strict, eh? And they sort through everything, right? But they won't pay for any of that stuff, right? We've got to pay them to take it, right?
Yep.
That's where you get the boys round with the transits. A lot of people refer to them as pikeys, rag and bone men, whatever you want to call them, right?
Yep.
You know, they come round with the pickups, lift the stuff, and take it. Here, don't get me wrong. If I see stuff lying at the side of the road, I'll pick it up myself.
Yep. So, Estonian Scrapper, now that you've got through on the panel, right,
Yes.
underneath the actual picture, you'll see different photo setouts. We'll have like two heads and we'll have different options.
Yes, I see.
Right, click onto one of them options.
Oh, that's more better, I guess.
Right, click onto another one
Okay.
and go through them. Go through all of them and see what they're all about. Sometimes you can click on it again and get a much larger picture of all of us.
Yes. Okay.
Yep, that was bigger.
Right, now you're on this one. If you click on that one again, right, our picture will just slightly enlarge.
Hi, Dusty.
I am clicking, but nothing happens.
Oh, okay, then maybe try the one next to it, not that one.
Okay. Nothing happens in here.
Nothing, okay.
Nothing. I'm gonna try this one. Nothing happens.
That's okay.
That one's okay.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah,
I don't feel
that's
sandwiched
okay.
now.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't mind being down the bottom. Doesn't bother me. So what you's been busy at the day?
Well, me and Dusty was out before 6 a.m. this morning. My son done a boot sale. I did have some intentions of actually doing a video on this selling, but once we got there, it was a little bit manic. Actually, my son was WhatsApping me at 4:15 this morning. Saying
Wow.
that he's in the queuing up to get in to start setting up. And Dusty didn't come down till maybe 5 o'clock, 5:15. And yeah, we was out the door probably by 5:45. Over there by 6 o'clock ish. And it was absolutely manic. Pretty much sold quite a lot of stuff. And we didn't leave there till probably 11:45. We came home. I see that a couple of videos have been dropped. So I'll sort of let them run for an hour or so. And then I'll put one out. I put mine out that I normally put out on a Sunday. I normally do it at 12 o'clock. But because two others have dropped their videos, I thought, well, you know what? I'm not going to drop it right on top of them.
Yeah.
So I left it then till just after 1 p.m, I believe. Then me and Dusty just crashed on the sofas. And when I woke up, I only crashed out for probably an hour and a half, if that. I see that somebody had then dropped another video not long after the one I just dropped. So, you know, I thought, well, it's an open platform,
Aye.
you know.
I don't know. I've got a pile of videos I need to watch. I just watched yours, eh?
Appreciate
I think I watched Scotty's as well, eh? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've got a pile of videos to watch, eh? I think
Yeah.
I watched Scotty's video and your video, but I don't think I watched anybody else's.
Yeah, I watched Scotty's video. I think he went to the same school as Conker.
Yeah, he couldn't find a train, eh? A steam
No.
train or something.
Yeah,
Waiting for a steam train. I like that diesel trains. They're all right.
yeah, I like any train really.
But I think they should run on biodiesel, eh? Make them
Well-
smell a bit nicer.
Whether they run on electricity or whatever, steam, they've got to run on coal, you know, so
The London one,
magnetic.
that polarised it.
Yeah, the magnetic one, that's driver. They don't have a driver, do
Oh,
they?
I know what you mean.
You commented rude snobby.
No, we went for
Yeah, but Scotty, remember, I left the comment, right?
Better than no comment at all.
Aye.
How do you know that someone's watched your video if they don't leave a comment? That's what I find, right? I mean, I get it all the time. People say to me, "Oh, we watched your video, Ollie, on this car or whatever, you know, whatever I've done, right?" And I go to myself, "Well, I don't know that you've watched it. You've never left me a comment." It's like, well, okay. I mean, just to take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, Al, look, I think sometimes there is a problem with it, okay? Obviously, as you grow and grow and grow in YouTube, the more channels that come on board, and you do your absolute best to support a channel that you might not even have any interest in it whatsoever, you know. But for someone like Estonian Scrapper, we have a very, very similar interests. In fact, identical. Someone like Scotty, you know, his content could be different every week, every month, whatever, you know. But as a young YouTuber, I would show that support for him because people showed me support that weren't interested in my content. But getting on to leaving comments, sometimes you're better off not leaving a comment, right? As far as I'm concerned now, over a year into it, because that one time a person doesn't leave a comment, you automatically think that they've not watched your video, right?
Yeah.
It's human nature for you to think that. Now, if you put a video out tomorrow, Ali, and I never left a comment on that, you're going to think, has he watched it? Has he not watched it?
I wouldn't care.
That might be the case. That might well be the case. But sometimes if you stay in contact with that person and maybe leave a comment I'm not saying they've watched every video, but at least they've come over every fourth or fifth video that you put out just to let you know as a creator that they've come in and watched one of your videos.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's very difficult. You know how many videos you watch and leave comments on, how many videos I watch and leave comments on. You know, now I have just slowly backed away from leaving comments, because if I see that person on panel and they say to me, "Did you watch that video?" I can then go back and think, yes, I did, and I know exactly what you done.
Yeah. I know what you're saying now.
But then that's my choice if I wish to actually watch it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, mate. Aye.
I think the trouble is we try so much to support other channels in hope that it comes back for our own self gain. We forget about many things. It's like Estonian Scrapper. He says he watched my video, but he never left a comment, but he watched it.
Yeah.
if he regularly left a comment every single time after I put a video out, which is twice a week at the moment, you know, he may well feel guilty that he's not leaving a comment every single time. You know, and don't forget, we all have a different mindset as well sometimes.
There is also one thing that, let's say if you have 1,000 subscribers, then about maybe 10% of them, only 100 people will watch your videos. Not all those thousands who have subscribed to our channel. Maybe, yeah.
If the video,
maybe 50%. I believe it really depends what your content is about. If it's
if the video's
just
got good retention, right? If the video's got a good retention, then it'll get pushed by YouTube, right? And lots of people will watch it. But if it's got a rubbish retention, no one's going to watch it. So if someone clicks onto it for 2 minutes and watches first 2 minutes, your retention is going to be absolutely rubbish, and no one's going to watch it, right? Whereas, you know, because it's never going to get pushed. I watch a lot of other channels, right? And I see this with a lot of other channels. I see channels with 10K, people with 10K, and I think to myself, their content is absolutely mint, right? Okay? And I've been around since 2007, I think I told you, Snobby, yeah? I think it's 2007, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily putting a lot of content out, right? I did gaming stuff because I was a gamer then, you know? And I watch a lot of stuff, you know? I'm into a lot of things, right? If I like the video, I'll leave a comment, right? If I don't like the video, then I don't necessarily leave a comment. You know? I'll leave a like and that's it. You know? I mean, I've been working that way for a while, and it's worked for me so far. I mean, Snobby, you know yourself, I comment on a lot of stuff. It's usually because I like the stuff or I wouldn't bother. Scrap interests me in one respect because I'm in a scrapyard 9 times out of 10 once a week. You know, I'm either in for bits for a car for myself or somebody else, or, you know, my wife likes it. You know, my wife wants to go into the scrapyard and take bits of scrap out. So,
I want to go out the scrap and take the women big reels of copper. Why are they got out there? I don't think they'll let me.
yeah, it's because it's rubbish, Raphael. I don't watch it. But I'm in your live stream every Saturday.
There is also that as well, right? That's absolutely right. And as Scotty, you know, he's either in Dusty's or panel or my panel, you know, so you have to, you know, yeah, you do what you can. I mean, you know, as otherwise you become a YouTuber.
You become a zombie.
You become a YouTube zombie, right? And I must say, if you have an addictive personality, this YouTube will grab you with both hands.
Yep,
That's true.
I know that.
I think Scotty Daniels very, very addicted to YouTube now. I mean, he even stands next to the trains as they're zooming past.
I know I couldn't do that. I couldn't get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and go and watch a train. I'm normally in bed sleeping at that time, man. 7 o'clock. I don't mind getting up at 7. Well, I say getting up at 7. I don't mind waking up at 7. I'm not getting out of bed at 7 o'clock unless I have to go to the toilet.
Yep. Yep. And also, as Raphael just says there, you know, it's good to leave a sign of your visit, even with just one emoji, right? Now, that could be a case of that you've got the PC on, you're busy doing something, because we all have busy times, and you've got it playing in the background, right? You're not watching it, every little thing they're doing, but they've played it for you, they've listened to what you're doing, they've glimpsed at what you're doing, right?
Give you the watch time.
They give you the watch time, which is most important. You know, and not only
Yeah.
that, you know, I mean, you know, me and Raphael go back some way. We go back quite a way, actually. You know, and we've had our disagreements, and we forget about it. We move on, okay? And you're going to find
Yeah,
that,
totally.
you know, you are going to agree to disagree. You know, Raphael has his opinion, which are very, very strong at times. Mine are very, very strong at times. So then we come to some sort of compromise where, you know what, you're right, I'm right. Let's agree. that we're both
Disagree.
right. Yeah.
I
You know,
do that with my brother.
I mean, really, I've got a lot to blame to Raphael. I mean, you know, I'm holding him, Raphael Scrapper, fully to blame for me on YouTube, because it was Raphael that very, very kindly sent me a laptop, right, which made it far worse now. And you know, I didn't even know how to switch a laptop on until Raphael kindly sent me one. And now, maybe 10 months on, I now have a PC, a monitor, a keyboard, a camera, a microphone. No life anymore.
Here, I've got 2 computers. Well, one's Tina's, one's mine. A laptop, a tablet, a phone, a smart telly. I must be off my head.
And Scotty Daniels says he actually woke up at 6 a.m. to go and do that train footage. Scotty.
No, thank you. It was very interesting, though, Scotty. I enjoyed it.
And yeah, sometimes you have to sort of just say to that person, you know what, thanks for sharing that. Because if they never done it, you'd never ever see it, would you?
Nope. I see steam trains and that up here quite a lot, though, because of where I live. I live in like the city. Well, I say the city centre. I'm about 10 minutes walk from the main centre, from the main railway, right? So I can see a steam train quite often. They go up and down the north all the time, man. We even have freight trains here. I seen what Raphael wrote.
Yeah, see, he's backing out of it now. He's backing out, saying, "Oh, you know, I gave you. It's up to you. You know what I should have done then, Raphael. It's gone. It doesn't work. The laptop doesn't work. It's simple. It don't work.
It's broken.
Yeah, but it did work.
Yeah, I do run those, you know, people that I have subscribed. Your videos, Snobby and Raphael and Ralph and you know, bunch of other people's. While I'm just doing those scrapping things, and when I do scrap, yeah, I will look with the one. What there's happening.
Hi,
But
Dusty.
while I'm doing, you know, charity scrappings and I'm, you know, stripping those copper, then I just don't have, you know, eyes to watch those videos. But they are running on my laptop screen, and as you have seen, when those, you know, big full screen timer is on that big screen, and this is running from the other side. And this is how I give those watch times, you know, to different scrappers here. And sometimes, you know, I run about 4 to 5 hours those different videos, and every minute, every hour counts. To
She is, you know. I can hear her watching it in the kitchen, Snobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got 2 devices, you see. She has
Yeah.
a big tablet and a phone. And a computer.
Thanks, Braveheart Scrapper.
She watches the adverts and everything, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
well,
really so much into adverts.
Yeah. But like we spoke, you know, before, Ali, you know, you make the content, you put it out there, it's for the whole world to watch, not just for the immediate people around you. I mean, you know,
it goes. I put it on YouTube, Snob, right? And if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't watch it, and Joe Blogs will come along and watch it and go, yeah, that's great. Or tell me, Ali, that's not the way you do it. You do it like this. I love
Yep.
that comments.
Yep.
More interaction with my channel, eh? It's great.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing that I've come across on a few occasions actually, that you'll see a new channel like Estonian Scrapper here, and there's always a new scrapping channel coming up every day, every week.
Yeah.
And I've done this on numerous occasions. I've gone over to that channel that may only have 5 or 6 subscribers, and I watch their video in full and leave them a nice comment, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again, and that person doesn't come back to me and leave a comment. And I think to myself, hold on a second, am I the stupid one here? Should I be more like this person that hasn't got a real clue about the supporting network that YouTube has? I don't know sometimes. Yeah. And like me, if that support, I don't see it every 4th or 5th video that I put out, they're gone. Regardless of who they are, I'm not interested. If they're not going to show any support back to my channel by leaving a comment, bye.
That's how it is.
I know what you mean, mate. Because not being nasty to anyone, and no one really in my immediate circle, right? But I got rid of like over 100 people last night, out of my subscription list, and some of it was stuff from years ago, right? And I just thought to myself, I don't watch that anymore. So what's the point of it being there? You know, some of it was stuff like, I don't know, stuff about like 4x4s and stuff like that. I'm not really interested in now, you know. Some of it was, I don't know, just mints, you know. What I call mints is just rubbish, you know. Gaming content too, right? I don't tend to watch a lot of gaming content because myself, I do a lot of gaming, you know. If I want to go gaming, I'll just turn on my computer and go gaming.
Yeah, and I would always say to Tony and Scrapper, you know, every video that you put out doesn't necessarily have to be regarding scrap or taking something apart. It could be something of another interest that you have, maybe a bit of wildlife, like Raphael does the mushroom thing, he does the cooking thing. You know, sometimes I'm not that interested in the cooking and things like that, but as a supporter to Raphael, I will play the video. You know, and other people want to know a bit about you as a person, you know, so don't ever worry that, I've got nothing to scrap out, I've got no video, because when you stick your camera out the window and you show us your car and your friend's blue car that I've just recently let the tires down on,
I like the Audi.
You know, don't always think that your content's got to be scrap. It hasn't. It can be about you. You could go out for the day, do something, take still pictures and show us where you live and your environment and all that type of thing, you know.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I have been thinking about that, you know. So sometimes I do a little bit longer, you know, car trips or something like that, and thought I'm just gonna mounting some cameras somewhere and show that beautiful green city where I live, and we have quite a lot beautiful places here to show. So
absolutely,
I'm looking forward for this. Yeah, thanks for advice.
Yeah, and that is all it is. It's just advice, and you can take it and go, you know what, I'll do my own thing, but you know, just imagine, I may never ever get the chance to get to Finland, ever. So I'll never see with my own eyes, from your point of view, what Finland's like.
Yeah, that's true, and I don't know if I can get to United Kingdom at some point. I would like to come, Because I have
I-
seen the UK quite a lot of in the TV, but but never with my eyes. And if I somehow manage to come and
I
see a
don't.
little bit London, and maybe we can have a cup of tea or something like that.
Coffee.
I don't specify that
Okay.
everything I do is mechanical. I do slides of Scotland, driving about Scotland. You know, I sometimes I'll just stick a camera on my phone and video me going along the side of Loch Ness. Some people might think it's boring, but you know, other people that haven't seen Loch Ness might think, well, wow, that's great, you know. So
Yeah.
I'll try and put some nice music to it, of course.
Uh-huh.
But you still might think it's a load of mints.
Well,
But guess
You know-
what? I don't care.
I've always thought that as a new creator, never to keep the videos too long, right? Because one thing you don't want to do is for your viewer, the person watching your video, is to lose interest in it and switch it off, right? So interaction, fantastic. Keep them relatively short, you know, so you don't lose that person's interest, because that can
Yeah.
happen, you know. So
Yeah, that happens with me.
yes,
I've got a short attention span.
yeah. So you've got to make sure that what you're doing is not too long. You know, I have done the occasional long one, which I think's long, but to some other people, it's only half of what they do every single week.
Yeah.
You know, but as a new YouTuber with low subscriber numbers, just short little videos, because you know, people obviously like me and Ali, we have many channels that we watch to support. So, you know, if you think about it, a 15-minute video for you, Estonian Scrapper, right now is probably where you want to be. Anything higher than that, you know, you've got to really hold their interest then.
I can give you an example, right? An example for me is an hour compilation of Ralph going through dustbins, right? Now, I'll be totally honest with you, right? I'll sit and watch it because I like Ralph, right? You know? But normally, I mean, that video will sit maybe for about a week before I'll get to watch it, you know? He did one last night, and I managed to watch it last night when I was in my bed.
Yeah.
So, and it was nice and short and sweet, you know, and I loved it. The ending was brilliant. So, I mean, it really it's based on my time. At the moment, I'm at home. I'm a carer for my wife, right? My wife's in the kitchen making dinner, right? I'm her carer.
Yep.
But I can't cook. I'd burn the house down.
But never, Estonian Scrapper, never ever let anybody influence you in any way, shape, or form. You do what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing here, and I have right now, you know, two different you know, things that I do is just the regular scrapping and charity scrappings. And yeah, I'm looking forward to do also something else on my channel to make it more, you know, more juicy. And yeah, I believe my videos are not too long. I do spend quite a lot of time, you know, doing some editing stuff. You know, trying to cut off those boring parts, or if I don't cut them off, I'm just gonna turn down the volume or rise up the, you know, ambient music and speed up the music. not the
That's
music,
what
but
I've been doing.
speeding the video. And I have maybe one video which is over 1 hour long because I just didn't have any time to, edit that video, and because I worked 7 days a week and just didn't have any energy to do that. But usually, yeah, I'm trying to, cut those boring parts away and leaving just the interesting thing in it.
I like Snobby's style of editing, right? Where he sticks emojis in and he sticks a bit of silly music in, and right. I try to do that myself, right? I try to imitate Snobby's editing with my own style of editing, right? Now I use completely different software to Snobby, right? So it's a lot harder for me to do what Snobby does, right? Snobby does most of his editing is done on a phone, right? Now I'm using Sony Vegas. Now Raphael will tell you whether I do an hour video or a 10-minute video, it's going to take me an hour to render that video, right? So it doesn't really matter, right? So Raphael can back me up here because he uses Sony Vegas too. I know other guys that use Sony Vegas, and to be fair, I've worked with it for a while. I have a lot of different plugins that go with Sony Vegas, and I'm going to be completely honest. If I do a 10-minute video, right, to render that 10-minute video, it takes an hour, right? But if I do a half-an-hour video, it takes an hour. So it really doesn't make any difference to me, and I just do it when I have the time to do it. But I don't necessarily film everything I do, because if I did, right, if I did, I'd have no time.
Well, I had one scrapping video where I recorded in total, I believe it was 13 hours or a little bit more. It took me 2 days editing those things to get that amount of time down, and rendering those videos out.
Yeah.
Took a week. And that's a lot of time, to get in total. I do, part 1, part 2, part 3, so on. But get in total 4 parts or 1 hour total. You have to, record 13 hours plus those editings and those renderings. It really depends what machine you are using, or
What system you're using, yeah.
laptop or tower, or how good is it is, and how good is your internet connection and stuff, uploading to a YouTube. That also takes time, and it's easy to get non-edited video to YouTube, but if you wanna, make a good videos, so you have to edit those things at some point. And all those little things gonna take quite much of time.
Yeah, it does. It takes time.
It does. You're right. You're totally right. It all takes time, but I mean, it's like none of my car stuff is how tos. I would not say to anybody, "This is how you do this." In my videos, I'll say, "This is how you don't do this," and because I don't want anybody copying. They can ask me a question. That's fine. I don't mind that, right? Most of my videos are put up in fun, right? Now, I know my recent video, the one that's coming tomorrow, Snobby already knows about it, right? I've taken something apart and stuck it back together, right? I've cured the problem with it, but no one actually sees how I cured the problem, right? I'll tell you at the start how I cured the problem. That's it, right? So you'll never ever see sort of, like, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't shot because the battery died in the camera, so, and I ended up just firing it all back together because it was quicker. I did one there on a VW Passat, did the front arms on it, and I had my mate John Ladd helping me, and it is just a complete and utter laugh, right? I mean, John Ladd comes up to me and says, "There's Ollie's arms," but it's not his actual arms, you know. And it's just for fun, you know. And people will either watch it or they won't watch it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't.
Not
matter.
really.
Well, guys, on that note, I'm gonna tap out. I can smell food's being cooking, so, and obviously with Dusty going live later on as well.
I've got my dinner on the table, mate. I have to go and have my dinner.
Well, I shall catch you guys later, hopefully on Dusty's live if you can. That'd be great. And
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
thank you, guys. And Stanley and Scrapper, it's been an absolute pleasure to grace your first live stream ever.
Yes, that was my first one. Thank you for everyone stepping by. I'm feeling a little bit hungry too. So when I do a next one, I'm hoping to see you again here. And Dusty's doing quite soon his live show, and I believe we can meet there again.
Yeah.
Be great. Be great.
Okay, then. We'll see you all later, right?
Yeah. Okay, Ali. See you later.
Bye. Bye.
If you're still-
Bye.
Bye.